watching out for you. This is Newswatch 12 This Morning.
Welcome back to Newswatch 12 this morning. We're going to turn it over to Stormwatch 12 meteorologist Oliver Smith for a look at our forecast. Oliver, we have some kind of poorer air quality in our region, especially near where the fires are burning. I mean, what do we know? What can you tell us about the air quality that we're going to be seeing?
Well, most of us right now are doing pretty decent, but that will be changing throughout the day. In fact, when we're looking at Grants Pass, our live weather cam, looking at towards the distance, you can see it's pretty hard to see some of those hills out in the distance because that's where some of the poor air quality is, just to the west of Grants Pass. I'll show you that here in a second here, but it is 52 degrees in Grants Pass, very comfortable for really any kind of time of year. But current temperatures, excuse me, pretty much into the mid-50s along the Oregon coast, mostly into the 50s up and down I-5. The cool spot 47 in Mount Shasta, 57 in Medford, a mixture of 30s and 40s east of the Cascades, 36 right now in Lakeview, and low 40s for Klamath Falls. In terms of our latest air quality down towards Wairika up to about the California border, what we're looking at is unhealthy for sensitive groups. Extending out, especially over by the Smith River Complex Fire and even by the Happy Camp Complex Fire, the Cave Junction down towards Happy Camp, that's all areas shaded in red. That's where the unhealthy and the really poor air quality is. And you can see Grants Pass in the good air quality looking off to the west, which we were looking at earlier. That's where some of that worse air quality is. In between Chemult and Klamath Falls is a big area of real estate that's under a moderate air quality at this time, so it's not too bad as of now, but right now the Rogue Valley is looking okay, but that should change as we go through the day. There is a system way offshore. We're just seeing some high clouds for today, and main system is way up into British Columbia, and that's moving off towards the north and the east, and there's a trailing cold front way offshore. That'll be pushing through the region tomorrow. It'll cool us off a little bit for today, cool us off a little bit more even for tomorrow. In fact, for tomorrow, we should actually start off with some morning clouds in the Rogue Valley. Again, plenty of clouds, low clouds and fog, and even some patchy drizzle along the Oregon coast. But that system moves through on Tuesday, and we'll see those morning clouds in our region, but then plenty of sunshine once we get into the afternoon. Once we go later into Tuesday and into Wednesday, we'll start seeing those clouds transition away from the Oregon coast, start seeing a little bit more in terms of sunshine. Wednesday, things looking high and dry and very beautiful throughout the state. Now, in terms of our smoke forecast, most of the smoke should stay south of the Oregon border for today, at least for the early morning hours, but that flow will go from the west towards the east as we go through the day. So the smoke will eventually filter over towards Klamath Falls and over towards Chemult and even Lakeview later on this afternoon. But once we go into the day tomorrow, we'll start seeing a more significant push from that system moving through the area. And you can actually really see it on our high level smoke on Tuesday, that smoke pushing from northwest towards the south and the east. Now, if you're heading out the door today, it's going to be into the mid 80s later on this afternoon, so looking at least nice in terms of the temperatures overall. Again, 57 degrees in Medford at this time, but we should make it to 86 degrees this afternoon, 67 out for Brookings, and tonight 54 for Brookings, 53 for Medford, 46 for Lakeview. So your 7-day forecast, we should stay into the 60s along the Oregon coast with fog and then eventually more sun, and 70s return on Wednesday. Northern California, we should stay in the 80s through Wednesday, and then it gets pretty toasty between 90 and 95 degrees to end the week. Klamath Basin, hazy skies through Tuesday. Coolest day looks to be Wednesday, and then temperatures flirting with 90 by the end of the week. And for the Cascades, we'll stay in the 70s through Wednesday. 80s return on Thursday. Rogue Valley, our coolest day will be Tuesday, but it gets pretty hot by the end of the week.